You're a funny fella.
It's a YouTube channel.
This is the shack I built a few years ago for my trailer sailor. The biggest danger for wooden boats, and it is a wooden boat, is dry rot. In other words, fresh water getting in and getting dry rot into the boat. This is the trailer for it. It's completely rebuilt. New steel, new wheels, new bearings, new brakes, everything. Just completely regenerated. And here's my trailer sailor, 24-foot Banderstat, a kickback keel and a kickback rudder with a small Honda outboard. And what happened here is that I bought it off some old bloke that had recently died, and it had been left out in the rain. And this is the worst thing that can happen to these plywood trailer sailors, because once you don't look after them and you let rainwater get in, the rainwater will sit in the cockpit, and it will sit along here, all along the tow rail, and where the stanchions go in, and the water will gradually seep into the plywood. This is all fiberglassed on the outside. But fiberglass is notorious for having little, where you put screws in, attach things, put it through the fiberglass. Well, you put a hole in the fiberglass, and that where the screw goes in, here, it goes in through the kick rail and through the fiberglass, through the plywood, and that is an entrance for fresh water to get into your boat and ruin it. It'll ruin it within a year or so. So that's what happened here. So I've had to take all the kick rails off here. As you can see, I've lifted them off, re-fiberglassed, and generally doing a lot of maintenance on it. it's a great little boat. I've just haven't got the time. In other words, I've lost interest, and I have lost interest until I pick that interest up sometime and get going again, which I will. So I bought the boat, and then, knowing that I wasn't going to do it within a few weeks as I thought I was going to do, which I could have done, but I didn't. So I had to build a boat shed for it. And here's the boat shed. So I built this, a pretty simple boat shed. But I had to have it high enough and strong enough so that I could take the boat off the trailer so I can work on it. So I had to build the boat shed high enough and strong enough. So you can see the steel pipes up there, and I put a chain block up there and lift it off the trailer, and so I can work on it. So this is what I did. And then when I built the boat shed, I thought, well, every boat shed has to have a sail loft, so I built a sail loft on the top. I actually like building things, that's the truth of the matter. And I enjoy building this shed, and it's not a permanent building or anything like that. I mean, it will just, in another 50 years it won't be here. But in the meantime, it'll do its job. So in the meantime, I've got to get my enthusiasm back, a bit of energy, and get my grandchildren interested in this. This is why I actually bought it, because I want to teach my grandchildren how to sail, and I want to get them enthused in actually building things. So this is a good way of doing that. And you know, we can have a lot of fun in this. It's my log splitter, splitting logs for winter. So it's got, well, what has it got? It's got about four, you can sleep about 4 or 6 people on this, probably more of the children. So once we get it going, we can have a lot of fun, and I can just park it down at Noosa for the weekend. We can go sailing, or go up to Tin Can Bay, go up there, go sailing, and it will teach these grandchildren of mine independence, how to work together, how to sail, and how to have fun, and how to fix things up. And that's what this is all about, how to fix things up. The cost of this boat shed was probably 4 or 5 grand. I would just use anything I could get my hands on. The loft is made of plywood, which was a mistake. I should have, oh, look at that lizard there. Can you see it? I can hear it, it's on the roof up there. A small goanna started to make the boat shed its home. If I was doing this again, I would actually do the outside of the loft up the top there in corrugated iron. It'd be a lot cheaper. I think it's about the same weight as plywood. That's why I did it with ply, because I thought ply would be not as heavy, but that's not quite the case. I think it's about the same. So if I was doing it again, I'd do the outside cladding in corrugated iron. And that's the bridge from the top to get over into the loft. And here's, here's the bottom. It probably took, 4 or 5, 6 months to build. I would just do it when I felt like it. And voila. And while if Phineas is not here, he comes down from the north. He stays in it. Other than that, I use it as a bit of a painting studio. I like to get in here and throw a bit of paint around, which I do quite regularly. It's a pretty good waterproof little shelter. It's worked out good. That's all my painting stuff over here. Finn's been down here, staying here for a couple of days. And other than that, that's about it. Bit of a hot, sticky morning this morning. We've had about 6 or 7 inches of rain over the last 5 or 6 days. Ships and shacks and sealing wax. This is another shed. This is Tasman shack. This is a good one. So this shack has been abandoned for about 5 years, and we built it, me and Tasman, my youngest son, we built it about 10 years ago. I think the total cost was around 10 to 12 grand. It was a great little shack. Tasman had some really good times here. Him and his dog. Now he's married, got a couple of children, and living in a in a normal type house. Now these doors are internal doors we got from Bunnings, so they're 10 or 12 years old, and so what I'm trying to point out here is just because there's a label on it saying it's an internal door doesn't mean to say that you can't use it as an external door. The thing to do is to paint it very, very thoroughly so that no water gets in. And if you can keep the water out, you'll be right. Let's see if we can get in here. There we go. So I think this shack is about 15 foot by 17 or 18 foot, something like that. It's pretty obvious, it still doesn't leak. I don't see any stain marks anywhere. So really and truly, there's not much wrong with this shack at all. It could be made livable again within a day. And what has happened here is that the white ants have got into the floor. You can see it over here. They've even gone through the floor there. But that's, you know, if I was going to move in here, what I would do is get those wooden floor tiles. I'd probably put ply over the top of this, kill all the ants, kill all the white ants, put ply over the top, and those wooden floor tiles. But really, it just needs a good clean out. It's got a down below. It's got a underneath here. It's got a dunny and a shower, and all of that sort of stuff. And to go to the dunny, you had to come out of the front door there, through this gate, down those steps down there, and the shower and dunny's under the shack. I'm not going to go down there, it's just too overgrown. I bet there's a big carpet snake down there waiting to give me the cold shoulder. Listen to the cicadas.